What's up, bro? No way that's a real lobby. I have to grab some water before I start the stream, actually. I'm gonna keep it on this. Hold up. No way lobby is here. Okay, the music did not end. Long time. Dude, I'm great, man. What have you been up to, Lobby? Oh, man, it's great to see you, dude. Man, I don't even have everything ready for my podcast. I just had a hectic... I was busy before the podcast, and I'm also an hour late, which is dope. I gotta turn on that Lofi. We always get the Lofi for the stream. Who would win? 1,000 suns, or in one line, or one line, I don't know. I was just making stuff up from a thumbnail that I just saw. Alright, we got the Lofi going. Now let me chain. Oh my gosh, the stream is so scuffed. Alright. I think the scuffedness can stop. Everybody, welcome to the 49th installment of the NP podcast. Now we're here today. We got the podcast going. I gotta go turn on this light. It's making the lighting so bad. The lighting is so awful in here. Oh man, it's hurting my eyes actually. I've been in front of my computer too long today, and I got to admit, I was talking the last few streams about how I quit playing video games, right? And I quit playing video games since the beginning, well, the ending of last year, and it was supposed to go the entire year, and today I failed. My sister was playing Fortnite, and I just saw that this is a great opportunity to be able to play with my sister, and my reasoning was that she could die next week and I could have never gotten the experience to play Fortnite with my sister, because that's so weird. I played Fortnite my entire my entire childhood, basically 15 to 19 years old. No, 18 years old, and now my sister's 15 and playing Fortnite, so I had to play Fortnite with my sister. I don't even care if it's a challenge, I just needed that. I look so much older now, dude. I am 20 years old. When's the last time you seen me? Is the music too loud? No, I shouldn't be. Yeah, I'm 20 now. I just turned 20 I turned 20 in February. So yeah. I'm a little bit older. That's crazy that I look different to you compared to last time you saw me, because I don't actually remember the last time that you saw me. Here, I'm gonna post this to the gram real quick. But how old are you, Lavi? Aren't you like a couple years older than me? Live on NP podcast. I met you when you're like 16. Not true. I was 15. I was 15 when you first met me. 21, turning 22 in October. That's crazy. I actually just talked to Hannah, if you remember Hannah, right? I talked to Hannah lately. If you guys don't know who's watching this, Queen Hannah Potato, she was a moderator in my streams for a long time, and so is Lavi. My YouTube channel used to be primarily streaming, and it's just so weird because I met Hannah when I was 15. I met Lavi when I was 15. Surprising that they're still here today, knowing that my channel's about to be 5 years old. And they used to be my moderators, right? I love them. They're great. They came to every streams. Hannah was a good friend of mine. And she was, I think, 17 at the time when we started talking. So I was 15, she was 17, and Lavi, you must have been 17 as well. And I just feel like there's such a huge age gap there at the time. I felt so childish compared to you guys. And then things went on, and now I'm 20 and you're 21, and it doesn't feel like there's that much of a difference anymore. But anyways, what I was saying was Hannah was this 17-year-old a few years ago, and now she's married and has a child. And then I started thinking, I'm here making a podcast that nobody watches. I just make it's like funny comparing where somebody is at life. You know, she's basically the same age as me, has a child and a husband, and I'm just here chilling doing YouTube. Yeah, we doing it. We're 17 when we met you. That's so awesome. Yo, John, welcome to the podcast, man. Thanks for joining in. It's awesome to see you. So, rush to nostalgia, yeah. It's really hard, though. It's hard to connect with people on YouTube now because I realize this now as I'm older that adults don't watch YouTube, right? It's natural because adults have jobs, they have things to do, they have so many responsibilities. And especially adults who are YouTubers do not watch YouTube because they're making the content on YouTube. The producers don't consume all that much. And it just seems that it's really tough growing a community now, especially if your content is more geared towards adults. For instance, improving self-improvement content, which I wouldn't say that's what my channel is right now, but if you could define it as anything, I guess you could say self-improvement. And I didn't start any self-improvement anything until I was 18 years old, and I realized, Ballistic Chills, what's up, dude? Well, you're part of Lobby Squad? Yo, if Lobby invited you in, thanks so much, man, for coming through. I appreciate that. But just the demographic of people who watch YouTube are under the age of 18. That's just facts. I would say it's probably over 70% of the people who watch YouTube. And when you're an adult, you don't really relate to these kids that watch you anymore. And sure, I do have children that watch me on YouTube, but the thing is, they're all like 16. Think about it. I started YouTube at 15. And a lot of the people who were watching me at 15 when I started were between the ages of 12 and 16, right? Now, everybody who's older now, as I'm a 20-year-old doing YouTube, those people are either 16 through 21. And they don't really have time for YouTube anymore. And I used to think it was sad to see your audience go like that, but I think it's great because it's almost a sending off ceremony. They enjoyed you as a kid, and now they're gone to be adults. They're finding their way in the world. And I think that's really epic, actually, because it's not like I ever stayed watching Captain Sparkles my entire life. I can't even fathom watching a Captain Sparkles video, but do I still love the guy? Yeah, I do, because he was a huge part of my childhood. I was watching his survival series every single day it came out from 2011 to what? 2016 is when that stopped. So, you know, it's great to see people grow up, evolve, and leave. What are you doing in life these days? Man, I've been trying to get a job for a long while now. I had a herniated disc last year. It's still a little herniated. I don't actually know, it's not herniated anymore. But I'm in the process of getting it stronger, getting my lower back stronger. So I was doing nothing but YouTube for a year straight. Like all my other hobbies, like being outside, I was building a log cabin at the time. I couldn't do it anymore. But right now I'm getting back into all that stuff, and I've been trying to get a job, and I just applied to a place to be a cook at a restaurant. I know, it's crazy, right? And I have my interview on Tuesday, and I'm hoping that I can get the interview and work as a cook at a restaurant, and I'm gonna be doing it full time. I'm still gonna keep the weekly uploads on YouTube going because I really enjoy it. Do I still live? What do you think, bro? Look how big this neck is, huh? I'm hoping I can get this job, and it would be really nice because I could feel like I'm finally saving up to get somewhere else in life. Yo, Sinister17, what's up, dude? Nice dab emoji. How are you guys doing that? The treehouse series? Yeah, he lived in a treehouse. It's like you were the part of their passage to adulthood. And that's special enough, okay? Thank you for putting it into words, John. That's exactly right. It's like I helped them into their passage of adulthood. Not everybody watches me still, and that really used to hurt my feelings, but now I understand as I'm more mature that it's just a natural part of life. And I'm glad that they don't watch me anymore. It is hard though, getting that new bit of people to watch you that you can communicate again with, because Lavi can remember how crazy my Discord used to be. I used to get like, okay, I would join the voice chat in my Discord server and 10 people would be in that voice chat 3 minutes later. And now it's like my Discord server could go 5 days without getting a message. I was 16, but I remember watching a lot of Captain Sparkles. Yeah, Captain Sparkles is great. Man, you're 16. Wow. Man, that's crazy because you're very young. You're very young, man. I don't know if this is unwelcomed advice, man, but I want to give you some advice right now because you're 16 and you're just meeting me. I'm some random dude on the internet. Already feel like we have a connection, you know? I gotta say, when you're 16, is really focus on finding something that you enjoy doing. Because I'm lucky in this choice, in this circumstance, is because I found something that I really enjoyed as a kid, which was doing YouTube at 15 years old. Well, I wanted to do it since 8 years old. And now when I'm grown up, I see a lot of other adults that have no passion. And it's really sad because it seems like they're gonna have this depressing life the rest of their life. And if you don't have passion for anything, you're probably gonna end up being depressed. And it's really sad because there's all of these peers that I have that they have no interest, and they just wake up every day, go to work, come back home and watch TV, and it's a numb existence. So please find something you enjoy doing right now. Even if it's something as lame as a video game, right? At least it's something to live for. I enjoy being a car guy. That's nice. Actually just bought a truck. I remember being a squeaker in the VC doing gay raps and stuff. Legendary, dude. I remember I have the footage to the unreleased gay rap challenge in the Discord server. Never came out. You know what Gage loved when he was 16? Octagonal Ascension. Oh yeah. I was a crackhead for Octagonal Ascension. I couldn't get enough of Octagonal Ascension. 15 minutes into the podcast, I'm already almost out of water. It's just how it goes. Yeah. Times were crazy back then. Times are different now. It's a World at War map originally, but yeah, it's a BO3 map as well. Alright. So, 15 minutes in, we didn't even do one topic. Alright. Let me start the topics. Okay? Yeah, I got them written down. I always write them down. And I got a grocery list with a $25 cap. That's what the broke boys do. Okay. My experience with milk. Okay, so my entire life, I never had milk. I never drank milk at all. I had milk the first time in senior year in over 6 years, right? Because I was a vegetarian for a long time, and not your typical vegetarian. I was a vegetarian that only ate eggs, so I never had milk. And so and just in my entire life, milk wasn't a big part of it. I never had a glass of milk with breakfast or anything, because that was disgusting to me. Milk is gross, okay? But we have the store named Wegmans. They're really great. They have a ton of organic stuff. Most of their food is organic, or they have organic choices of a ton of foods. And they came out with this unprocessed, they started selling this brand of unprocessed milk. And I really enjoyed it. So it's non-homogenized, and so what homogenizing is it shrinks the fat cells within the milk so it can easier be digested. But the thing is, the fat cells is what delivers all the estrogen and hormones to your body. So theoretically, homogenizing makes the milk actually worse. And obviously the milk was still pasteurized, which is just heating it up to disinfect it, which is fine. I don't really care. I would prefer to drink raw milk from the cow teat, but it's just not a choice. It's pretty illegal in New York. So stupid. Can't you believe what they make illegal in any state? Like, you can't drink milk from a cow's tit? Crazy, man. But anyways, I started drinking milk a lot for a time, and because this milk was really high quality. It was super expensive too. It was $6 a gallon compared to the $2.50 per a normal gallon of milk. And so I got a lot of gains when I started drinking milk. So since milk is disgusting, I actually did this concoction where I'd put 2 tablespoons of maple syrup in a 16-ounce jar, and then 2 cups of milk. So I'd fill up the rest of it, and it was basically my protein shake, and it gave me so much energy, and I enjoyed it so much. It tasted really good too. And by the way, since this milk wasn't homogenized, it is straight cream. Even though it's milk, it tastes like you're eating thick cream. It is so good. And I got a ton of gains, right? After I started drinking this milk, I actually lost this is probably just, what is the word? Coincidence, but I dropped a ton of weight and put on so much muscle at the same time, and it was nuts. But the thing is, I got really bad acne. So my acne was pretty under control for a long time. I actually figured out a part of the bad thing with acne, what gets it is hot water and showering often. I only shower once every 3 days now. Even if, right? Sometimes I go a week without showering. Can you believe it? I used to be I used to be a shower every day fan, but now I'm a shower once a week enjoyer. People say I smell really bad. Who created Kirby? Masahiro Sakiri. You already know Masahiro Sakiri did it. I love that video. So good. Cow milk isn't for you. You drink almond milk now. Yeah, I used to be a big almond milk drinker, but they put really bad stuff in the almond milk and the coconut milk. They put those like weird gums in it, and I've just been trying to eat healthier. So anyways, I had to stop drinking this milk, and ever since I did it 2 weeks ago, my acne is clearing up. It's still super bad, but it was really garbage a few weeks ago. It was just new acne every day, and I miss it. I miss it a lot. That milk was really good, and I was getting jacked off of it. But sometimes you gotta just make a sacrifice. I'll go back to eating beans, I guess. Man, sometimes these topics are so lame when they don't come out organically. now I'm out of water. And beans, yeah, I do eat a lot of beans, but man, there's just even though beans have so much protein, there's like so much carbohydrates in it too. One serving of beans, yeah, 11 grams of protein, right? And then it's got the 30 grams of carbs. It's not, when you're trying to eat pretty low carb, I don't eat low carb I want to eat low carb for the reason that it feels better eating low carb. If you're staying under 200 grams of carbs a day, you'll feel really great, but it's really hard to stay under those. My grandma's pinto beans are so tasty. Dude, I bet they are. Drinking goat milk still warm from the titty because I lived on a farm. John, why do you gotta flex on me? I was actually thinking of getting goats this year. A friend is selling their goats only 150 per pop. And I was hoping I can get a boy and a girl. But mainly a girl. But girls are expensive right now because apparently people aren't getting a lot of girls. And I just want fresh goat milk. I really do. I bet it's epic. I wonder if goat milk would cause acne like cow's milk does. Probably, because I don't know why. I don't know why it causes acne. It's probably the hormone imbalance that it does cause. Goat milk tastes creamy and weird to me. Really? I've never had it. Never had goat cheese. I used to use goat milk from a friend in my homemade soaps that I made. I actually have some right here. A lot of people use goat milk in soap. Here's a bar of goat milk soap. It's pretty nice. Lasts a long time. It's pretty nice. Ah, man. And okay, so my last podcast, I actually talked about a new series that I'm doing where I respond to people, not respond, but I ask you guys a question at the end of every single video, and then I read it in the next video, and then kind of give my thoughts on what you guys say. And the series going good so far. Now, I really enjoyed the first episode of the series. I think it did super well in terms of just flow, besides the stream flowing in the background of the video. It was so loud. So I'm gonna change the setting next time to somewhere that's not near a stream. But the thing is, I asked too hard of a question that not a lot of people can answer for the end of the video, for the next video. I think only 3 people replied to it. So I think for the series going on is that I'm definitely gonna have to ask easier questions about life. And also, I'm trying to figure out what I want to name the series. So I want to call it Life Talks with Nerd Period. I think it's a chill name that just rolls off the tongue, and you can abbreviate it to something cool like LTWN. I think that's great. And I got future plans and ideas for it. As in, I know that for what I want to do with a series right now is every single video, I want to record it in a different place. I think that would be so cool because every video would be so drastically different from each other. You'll have one video under a bridge, one video at a stream, one video in an abandoned house, right? That'd be so dope, and just everything would be different. And so the next video, I'm actually going to record it at a park near a tree. Just, you know, keep it simple. And I'm hoping the video does good in terms of coming out good. Oh, dude, I gotta poop. It's all those beans. And I just have high hopes for the series to do well. And I enjoyed the series a lot. And also, the series will never have the series name in it, but will always be just randomly titled so that they're disguised as normal videos, and I like that a lot. Want to cheat animal? Go to a school and buy one right after the FFA showing season ends. You can get one for free or less than 50. We don't have schools like that. Oh, cheese, I could go for head cheese from a hog. What did you just say, bro? To one of your old streams, and all I see is my younger self saying wife beating is a sport. Lobby was wildin' out here. Lobby was wildin'. I was wildin' too. I was such a crazy guy. I feel like a lot of the personality I had on YouTube was kind of fake. Was because I was trying to... Well, it wasn't fake because it was an extension of who I was. And just, you have that quality in you, so you're making it bigger. So for instance, if a small part of your personality would say, let's be super hyped up. But when I was on a stream, I would be extremely hyped up, and that would be most of my personality. And so you could say in a way that it is fake. Why do you have an axe? LeMayo? I have many axes. What are you talking about? This is my 100-year-old axe with a custom sheath that I made. It's out of buffalo hide. This is my favorite axe. It's really nice. Oh, it's so good. Gransford Brook, Swedish steel. And then I got 2 more axes behind me. And then I have a third, another one that just isn't hung anymore. This is my double bit axe. I use this for tree felling mainly. I tried painting the handle and it didn't turn out well. It's really ugly. And here's my other felling axe. It's a Jersey axe. Axes are one of the most useful tools you can own. For real. You would never catch me lacking without an axe. For real, for real. Man, it's so hot in my bedroom right now. Maybe I need to open a window. Hold on. You want to live in a hippie commune? So bad, it just seems so fun to live off the land. I don't... A hippie commune? I don't know. I think what I want is to live near a community, a small one, but be able to have my own land, do stuff my own. I don't want to live with other people, that's for sure. Unless I get a wife and kids, obviously I'd want to live with them. But the goal right now in life actually is to buy land and just go live, you know, eventually quit the YouTube channel. It's not anytime soon. I think I'll be on YouTube at least for guaranteed will be on YouTube for the next 2 years. And by then, I think it would be guaranteed that I would fully be on YouTube until the 10-year mark. And then I think at the 10-year mark, I'm gonna quit. I need to move on in my life at some point, right? Especially if, I don't know. I can't make up what I want to do for myself 10 years from now, 10 years prior. It doesn't make sense, but what I can't see myself doing is just doing the same thing forever. And maybe I will, who knows, but I think there will be other things that I want to go do and experience in life. And 10 years of commitment to YouTube, and let's say I never get a lick of money, I think that's pretty good. Like, I had fun doing YouTube, and I have fun doing YouTube, but if you want a good wife, you can buy a hot trade wide from Ukraine. They are on Discord right now. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Thanks for telling me. I may go do that. I'm actually not really interested in females right now. I'm just trying to build myself up, build things I enjoy, and just take care of myself. That's all I care about right now, and just growing as a person. I don't care about I think when you're younger, you really care about women a lot. Or not women, girls, because you'd be younger. And also, women aren't really women anymore when they're younger. Barely women. Nobody, it's like they don't have moms anymore to teach them how to be a real woman. But I feel like when you're younger, you more so get into relationships because you're lacking something in your life and you just don't know it at the time. Because what I realized in myself was I was going out with a ton of girls after I graduated high school. And I never knew why. I knew why because my reasoning was I just wanted a girlfriend. I wanted to have sex all the time, and super immature stuff like that was super stupid and so insignificant now. And I realized the only reason why I wanted those things was because how empty I felt at the time. And going on these dates with these girls just left me feeling even emptier, because imagine you're trying to fix something in your life and you think some type of way to fix it is the right way, even though it's the wrong way, but you have no knowledge of that. And then you actually get close to that right way to fix something, and you start to realize that it's not the way to fix it. And it left me feeling really empty after high school, because I was just a kid that was bored. Things weren't working out in my way. When I graduated high school, I really thought I was going to be working in the business with my mom full time, and that my YouTube would be in a good spot where I could make monetary gain. And just none of that happened. I didn't hit 3,000 subscribers until almost 2 years after COVID hit, right? And I've been only working 4 hours a week the last 2 years. And so not always things work out. And that's a good lesson too, is never to rely on somebody. Never rely on somebody if it comes to your own life. If you're relying on going in the next step in your life on another person, don't do it. And always assume the worst in a person. Not actually assuming somebody's a bad person, but assuming that you're not gonna get something and you still have to keep on going. Because a lot of people bring disappointment, and nobody cares about you more than they care about themselves. That is for sure. Nobody's ever gonna care about you more than they care about themselves, because naturally everybody just cares about themselves more. And it's really sad, because you can't even trust somebody's promise when they give it to you, because you got to realize that you're the only one that cares about where you end up fully. It's kind of sad to say, but it's actually heartwarming too. It gives me a lot of hope, because my future is reliant on me and nobody else. I'm the one who decides my present position and my future. And that's awesome, because imagine how much life would suck if it was dependent on somebody else. If you want, I can't do YouTube, it's hard, especially with the algorithm. It's not even about, like, it is about community, man, but I think right now it's all about the art, and then just enjoying what you're making and then leaving it at that. YouTube is nothing more than a hobby, and that's all it will ever be. And if you continue YouTube with that mindset and you hit gold and you actually start making money, then so be it. That's awesome. But I don't think YouTube will ever be in the spot where I can make money, and I don't want to go the scummy route of doing a Patreon or accepting donations on streams. I can't do it, man. I used to do it, and it was such a scummy thing, but now I'm an adult. I see it as just, you're taking money from kids. You're coercing children into giving you donations. That's what Patreon and donations are. Switch to Twitch? That's awesome. Also, you got a lot of girls back then. Yeah, that's surprising. Well, it was because I was trying. Now it's kind of, I let things happen. So if a girl did come into my life and I realized she was special, I would definitely ask her out, right? But I'm not searching for it anymore. You search for things it's funny, like I was just saying with YouTube, but if you search for things, it seems like you lose it in your grasp even more. When you search for things, it becomes harder to obtain. And so I'm not searching for any success on YouTube anymore. I'm just doing what I enjoy and hoping, not even hoping really, because I don't rely on YouTube anymore. For so long in my life, I relied on the fact that one day my YouTube channel would be well off enough to where I could make a living. And now, as a 20-year-old, as doing YouTube full-time the last 2 years, I realize it's just not the case. It's unrealistic. Well, I mean, it's why I moved to Twitch, because I want to meet new people. Yeah, back in my day, when YouTube was better than Twitch for streaming. That's crazy. You know, believe it or not, YouTube was great for streaming at one point. It isn't anymore. I think it started in 2018 when there was this thing where if you streamed on your channel, your videos would get less views. And I was mainly a guy who wanted to post videos, but I streamed every single day that I wasn't posting videos. And yeah, I really screwed up my channel back then. Or that's what my thoughts used to be. You can't find streams on YouTube? Yeah. Back in the day, they would be recommended to you on your front page all the time. Oh my gosh, I just realized I haven't had a stream recommended to me since maybe 2018. That's nuts. YouTube really failed. They had such a gold mine with the streaming, and now they don't. That's really sad. But talking on the topic of, you know, success and everything, I want to talk about affirmations. If you guys don't know what affirmations, this is kind of a botched view of saying it, but affirmations is like kind of reaffirming something with yourself. So saying it in your head, I will, though a lot of the sentences start out with I will and something positive. For instance, say, I will hit 100K on YouTube, right? And it's something that's basically reassuring you or affirming affirmations. And so do they work? A lot of people think that there's some cuckoo caca crazy person, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs thing of manifestation. But I really do think affirmations work, and not in the way you think they do. They work in the way of just reminding yourself that everything will be okay and everything will work out as planned. You just gotta be patient. And I think that's what affirmations do, is when you're sitting down in a meditative state and then do your affirmations, which is usually what I do, it's kind of soothing for the soul. You're kind of reminding yourself that yes, these things will happen, but it'll take time and patience. And so I've been using affirmations on my back, like my back will heal, right? Because I had back issues for a long time because of the labor I used to do. And it really made my life work a lot better, because there's this scripture from the Bible that says, the tongue has the power of life and death. And that's why I think that affirmations do work, is because you're bringing life with your words. And when that life is positive, that's awesome. And it's brought a lot of positivity to my life doing affirmations, and I truly do think that they work, and they're a great thing to add to your life. Some things, my affirmations right now are my body is healing, my back is healing, I am on the right path, I'm growing as a person. Those are just some affirmations, and they work great, and they really make you feel good. That's how I found you. I saw Extra Teo's stream on my front page that he was playing with you, and boom, I've been watching you. John, thanks, man. Actually, I never knew you were from Teo or Logan. That's crazy. Lobby remembers Logan. I remember when Logan did that stream a year ago, right? Where he came back just for a stream. And Anime Traps messaged me on Twitter and said, yo, he's streaming, but it was past my electronics time. The pits stink. Guaranteed the pits stink. But it was past my electronics time at the time because I don't get on electronics an hour before bed. And so I just ignored it, and in the morning I watched the entire stream. And I remember feeling like a loser. Such a big loser, man. It's this funny thing with YouTube that you enjoy it so much, but you also feel like a fool sometimes. You feel like you wasted your time chasing something. And I no longer think that way, but at the time I definitely thought that way, because I remember him telling how good his life was going. And you kind of correlate that to him not doing YouTube. Just imagine a life that everything was going so good that you didn't want to do a hobby anymore because the rest of your life was just that great. And that's kind of how it came off to me when I watched that, and I definitely felt like a loser at the time. Because at the time I wasn't in the best place in life. I'm still not, but I'm more positive about the place I am in life and know that things are better and things will get better and things are great right now. It's just I have a warped perspective of things sometimes. Sometimes you just think of the negative so much that it overrides your life. But think about this. If you only think about the positive, there will be so much positivity in your life, and your life would be equally as good as you were thinking about only the negative stuff, right? And so I felt like a loser, man. I felt like a huge loser because he was talking about how good his life was, having a girlfriend and stuff, and then I was sitting here in my bed at 8 o'clock in the morning watching his stream, caring about it for some reason, and I was just sitting here like, man, I was the fool who stayed on YouTube instead of building up myself in real life. And yeah, to an extent it's kind of true, but the only reason why I thought that way at the time was because I was seeing YouTube as a path of not entertainment for myself or a form of artistic value that I make in these videos, but I was seeing it as a potential income source at one point. And that's why I felt like I wasted my time on YouTube. I wasn't thinking of how, I managed to meet thousands of people. My video has been, I almost have 500,000 views. That's a lot of people on the internet. Even if a lot of them are from the same people, that's still a lot. Let's say 400,000 views in total from different people. That's a lot. And I've just been able to experience some things that nobody ever get to experience. Think about how many people start a YouTube and then quit within a month or a year because they never get success. And I'm out here, even though for a long time I was chasing success, I'm out here still doing YouTube, and I never gave up and I never quit. And it wasn't because of the hope of one day obtaining something from YouTube. It was the fact that I enjoyed it deep down all along. And there were parts of my YouTube where it was more about enjoying YouTube. But there's ups and downs with YouTube a lot. And when you're in the downs, man, the downs are rough. They're so bad. I wouldn't even say chase happiness. Dude, happiness is a fleeting feeling, right? Chase joy. Happiness is just as a feeling as sadness or anger. It's fleeting. It doesn't last long. It's impossible to have a constant state of happiness. I just believe in having joyous times in life and having things you can appreciate and being grateful. And right now, if I died tomorrow, today was a great day, and I'd say farewell. Anyways, but the downs on YouTube are pretty bad, especially if you're in your head a lot, looking at your views, comparing to the fact that you upload a video and it would get 100 views within 24 hours, and now 2 months ago a video you posted still has 30 views. You get pretty dark sometimes on YouTube, but now I realize that I only do YouTube for myself. I don't do YouTube for reading the comments anymore. I do YouTube to have fun, to make something artistic, but to also have the potential of helping somebody else, to give somebody value. And at the end of the day, I may get this job and be able to focus on a job more than YouTube, and that'll be great within itself. And then what will happen is, just like it happened with Tractor Supply, I will have this mindset where for a long time, YouTube, that job will boost me up so much with enjoying YouTube, and YouTube will just be a hobby again. Because with the 16 hours of free time that I have every single day for the last 2 years, it's just hard, because even on productive days, what you're looking at is maybe 4 hours of work. And sometimes you want to split it all up so you can keep on working throughout the day, so you're not bored for 12 hours straight. Or you break it up into 1 hour increments, doing 1 hour when you wake up, 1 hour a few hours later, and etc. And that just makes you hate YouTube, because then it feels like a chore, because then all of a sudden you're forcing yourself to do stuff. And I just realized that it's not the way to go. You just gotta work on YouTube as you please, and you'll get the work done. And anyways, but what I'm saying is that I can't afford to have a day where I'm unproductive. So in a way, I force myself to do YouTube, even though I want to do it in the first place, but it becomes this pressure because, oh my gosh, if I don't do anything today, I'm gonna hate myself. That's not actually how it goes. I don't actually hate myself if I don't do anything for the day. But it's more like, man, I'll be upset and depressed for that day. Or it'll make the next day even harder, because I'll feel like I got off the boat. But it also kind of makes you just not enjoy YouTube when you're in that mindset. And I'm extremely grateful for the life I have. I remember I was on a walk last week, and I for some reason I was just thinking, man, having less in my life made me realize how much that I have, and then having so much in my life made me realize that I take for granted having a lot. And then it made me work with having a lot in my life to where I can enjoy life no matter what. Because, you know, if you're in the down points, less is more. And then your high points, more is just not enough. And that's nuts, man. And just being able to be happy with whatever you have. And I'm not talking physical. I'm not talking about literal things. I'm not talking about money. I'm just talking about the cards that were given to you at the time. And life has been a lot greater since then. Really. Since that realization, I realized that I have so much in my life. And I'm so glad for it too. I'm here and I'm chilling. I'm making podcasts, dude. I'm able to do things in my life that some people will never do. And how many people can say that they dedicated 5 years of their life on YouTube? Not a lot. Not a lot. Especially if YouTube being only, 17 years old now? 5 years is a huge chunk of that lifespan. And I had a lot more to talk about this stream, but I'm just not feeling it. I talked about some good stuff already, and I don't want to force it out. My voice hurts from playing with my sister and her friends. It was really fun. I really enjoyed that. But life is good. You just gotta realize that. Life is so great no matter what cards were dealt to you. You just have to figure... What's fun about life is that you have to figure out how you're gonna play those cards, right? Life is just so good, man. I'm going to end the podcast there. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Shout out to Lavi, to John, to Ballistic Chills, to Sinister X17. And yeah, everybody who came out, I really appreciate you guys. You guys are epic gamers. Or not even epic gamers. You're just epic people. I really appreciate it. Have a good night. Thank you.